Hello Tubesters, it's Gav and welcome to another one of my videos. Today we've got a quick unboxing of these Empress Miniatures 28mm metal Zulu War figures, and they are the, I think I've forgotten already, 91st Highlanders, Princess Louise's Argyllshire Highlanders. Let's go with that anyway. Later to be the Argyll and Southern Highlanders, but not at this time. 1879. Anyway, on a whim, I fancy doing some metal figures rather than plastics for a change, and you know, as in to sell. These are only going to be for selling, and I fancied doing some of the Zulu War range. And the difference with these guys is they are a Highland regiment, so you'd say kilts, but this regiment, like a couple of the others, wore trews, so it's tartan trousers more or less. And apart from the pipers who wore a kilt. So get the old metal files out on these over the next couple of days. I'm not sure I'm going to base these yet because they are in different poses. So you've got someone like he's a sergeant, and they're very good at putting the stripes on as well. So if you're a bit daunted painting, you know, NCO stripes and that, they're all there for you. I believe these are done by Paul Hicks again. I'd imagine they are. They look like his. That's our. Oh, one moment. Sorry about that. It's school holidays over here at the moment, so the ice cream man's trying to hit all the streets really hard. Did sound as if it was just coming from he was playing it on these bagpipes, but lovely figure. They'll be obviously in red jackets, but these guys were in like a bottle dark green jacket, and there's a mix of equipment, the different valises, some with rolled up blankets and stuff like that. I'm just trying to, I don't know if they're probably going to be some replicated. I did also get a packet of Indian Mutiny figures, because if you remember, ages and ages ago, I was doing my own Regiment 64th of Foot, which was involved in the Indian Mutiny, and I was short figures, and it's taken me nearly 2 years, I think, to actually get some. I won't show those though. I'll show those when I show the unit before I start painting them. Martini Henry rifle, the old Lunger bayonet. I think it was the longest bayonet that we had in the British Army's history, I think. I might be wrong. But lovely poses again, just Mr. Hicks does some cracking ones. We got some of the old timers still got the bearded. I mean, the British Army's gone back to wearing beards again, but after years and years of being clean shaven. But doesn't look very soldier-like to me. Now these look soldier-like, but it's weird, but that was the time. I don't know, modern uniforms with beards, I don't know, don't look right. So we've got different like advancing poses roughly, and I'm unsure yet whether I put them on, you know, a unit size basis or do them singly, because I'll only be selling these. So it's a decision to make. Because you could paint the best figures in the world, but if they're not based on bases that people would want to use, if they're just collecting, that's fine. But if they're not collecting, they might decide that it's not for them. So I'm just trying to see. Right, we've got a couple more. I'm not going to open the other. This was one of their deals, by the way, and I can't remember exactly how much I paid for them. 30 odd quid plus the postage is always reasonable with Empress. Again, I've got no connection to Empress whatsoever apart from buy their figures off them. So my opinions are my own. It's very rare that you'll get me to say anything, you know, that I'm not happy with their stuff, because it's well researched. Mainly, not always, but mainly sculpted by Paul Hicks, and he knows his stuff. But yeah, I mean, again, looking back for the cartridge, really well done. I was going to pronounce the main battle that they were involved in. No chance. Not without it in front of me. So we've got some, taking a shot. So I've got to get them all out, stick them on some bases, and just, as in dry fit them, and just see what they look like before any cleaning and painting. So at least I know where I'm going with them. But yeah, I thought, I've done a few kilts over the years, but I've never painted trues. So I thought, why not? So red jacket. I can't remember is it buff or yellow? I can't remember they have a collar. Cuffs, I believe, may still be red, but they've got the Highlander lace with the buttons on. Black, like ankle gaiters, for want of a better word. Black boots. So like a tartan trousers, which is like a dark green. And then mixture of equipment. The helmets, unless you're going for the film, the original Zulu film, they weren't white helmets, as most of you guys know. They were, but they dyed them with mud. Sometimes people say it's a damn waste of tea, if you ask me, if you're going to pour it over your helmet. But mud. Sometimes people say they've stained them in tea, but not to make them such a target. So there you go. The other ones are replicated, I believe they are. Yeah. So this is one of their deals. These weren't carrying the colours, I don't believe, and they're not and they've not got them bringing any colours. So that's something I don't have to do. Some of the units brought their colours into the field, and some didn't, I believe. Hence, well, obviously they did, because it's Ishandwana. I did pronounce that one. Lovely figures. The NCOs had like this larger lunger bayonet, or the sergeants, I believe. I like that one a lot. That's a really nice. I'm going to enjoy painting that one. That's almost like a standalone figure in itself. I do like painting the red coats in the particularly. It was always a thing of mine when I was younger. When I say younger, like 18, 19, 20s. I always enjoyed reading up and painting the odd figure of the Tel El Kebir and the Sudan and all that type of thing. But I wasn't at the time, but a big thing that as I enjoy reading on and finally get some more figures done is the Indian Mutiny. And there's a lot of variants you can get in that, just because a lot of variants. A lot of the time they were drab and khaki, but they're nice. But yeah, I like the colonial period a lot. What I call classic colonial period, 1830s up to the early 1900s. So thank you very much for stopping by and taking a look. Hope all's well with you. Next time you see some of these figures, hopefully they'll start getting some paint on, but not before. I'm still working on these guys here. No point showing them all off. This Bren's still a work in progress, but he's not far off. I've got to do some highlights and shadows in the beret, but he's not far off. Again, sculpted by Paul Hicks, against Empress Miniatures. So I've only got a few of those. I've got once these are done and given a coat of what I call working varnish, so I can handle them if need be, I'll be sticking them on the bases. Now I did stick the other guys straight on the bases, and it's classic me. I do so many plastic figures in that I have to just stick them straight to the bottle tops, which I just use PVA, by the way. If you put PVA down, then tap 10-minute PVA, as you can see there, just see it shining, and just get your scalpel, lift it up and peel it off. But it's nice and solid to paint with. I've never had any problems. It doesn't leave you a lot of residue at the bottom. So, rambling away. Look after yourselves. Just thought I'd throw this up so you can have a look at some nice figures. And hopefully, as I say, from seeing them in the raw to seeing them painted up. Believe these are Sam Brown and his accoutrements, apart from the bread bag and all that type of stuff, would be in officers brown. Officers tend a lot of the time, often by that period, are starting to wear brown leather. just to differentiate themselves. So yeah, rambling yet again, Gav, shut up. So there's about 20 figures or 22 figures, something like that, in this this pack, where you get 1, 2, 3, you get 4, yeah, 4 bags of 4 figures a piece. Obviously if you want any more, then you have to add to that, but I thought that was just right for putting a unit up for sale, especially with the price of metals these days. I think a lot of units are getting smaller and smaller. They'll probably at some point there'll be like 3 or 4 figures on single bases. So anyway, I'm off. Look after yourselves. That's 2 videos I've made with the Quiet House. That's a change. Next videos up will probably be these paratroopers once they've been based. I won't show them again until they've all these join the other 4 I've got, and they've all been based and whatever. Update on the Black Rover, probably not, you know, for a couple of 3 weeks until I've done a lot more work on her. Dante update coming up. I've stuck all the Bavarians at last down onto their bases, only to find out Gav had missed the colour bearer. So I'm having to hoik him out of a bag later on tonight, stick him together, prime him tomorrow, and paint him. And then I'll show you the Bavarians. Oh, and I've got to buy blooming colours from GMB because I haven't got any colours for them either. Yeah, really thought that one out really, but never mind. So look after yourselves, and we'll catch each other soon on another video.